Today's transfer rater with Stevie Nicol. Looks an obvious one to begin with. Man United need a striker and Mandzukic isn't getting game time at Juventus. Do you think it happens?
I think it happens, and I think it's pretty much signed and sealed as well. So, yeah, I don't think there's any question this is a hit. It's something that United need, but let's be honest, it's going against all the nonsense that they gave us at the start of the season about youth. Yeah, right.
This is the thing. You buy Maguire, who's got his best years ahead of him, Wan-Bissaka and others, but there comes a time where you've got to put a stopgap in if things aren't working. Is Mandzukic the stopgap? Would he work in the Premier League?
Listen, they don't have an option. Let's be quite honest. He's not going to do any worse. You know, all the young players, the likes of Greenwood, I mean, they're not ready for the Premier League. Mandzukic, an old campaigner, experienced, he will come in for a short period of time and do a good job.
I think the youngsters could learn from someone like that as well. Now, Paul Pogba, Real Madrid. If you're Real Madrid, are you interested in the Paul Pogba right now, or are you interested in the player you know is in there somewhere just hiding right now?
Well, I think if you're Real Madrid, you're thinking because of what's happening just with him as an individual, you might get him for a little less. That's the truth of the matter. Mm-hmm. But you'd have to say, what would Man United be thinking if they let Pogba go? Man United need players. They don't need to let their best players go. I would suggest that Pogba's form right now isn't what it could be or should be because of what is around him, not because of him. So this makes no sense from a Manchester United point of view. Certainly I'm sure Pogba would jump at the chance, but you can take it over there. This is a miss.
If he was promised quality, better quality around him at Old Trafford, would that make him think, yeah, this is where I want to be, or not?
No, not at all. I would assume he was promised that right from the very get-go, and look where they are now, so no.
Thomas Muller to leave Bayern, it's like the two are, it's like an old married couple, they've been together forever.
This could be possibly one of the last present-day players who ends up becoming a one-club man. Mm-hmm. I don't see how this guy ever leaves Bayern. You know, if he's past his best, then have him coming off the bench, you know, and if he's done, then get him behind the scenes, because that's what Bayern do. So Muller for me, absolutely, this is a miss. You can have that. This is a one-club man, and as I said, maybe one of the last ones that we'll ever see.
What's it like? Take me back to when you played. When you play against the team you've been with forever for the very first time, if, for example, Muller was to leave and then come back against Bayern, what was it like for you playing against Liverpool?
No question, you're a little nervous. But then the professionalism kicks in. Once the whistle goes, once the game starts, then you're there to do a job for your team. So that was how I felt.
You could have scored at Anfield as well against Liverpool.
Well, the goalie threw his hat on it. So
Nemanja Matic. Again, it's like Man United centric today for Inter Milan.
The Inter Milan just need bodies. Listen, Matic can't get a game for Manchester United right now. So that kind of tells you either his form or his legs are not what they were. And if that's the case, then how is he going to make Inter Milan better? As I said, if it's a body they need to fill the squad out, to have an experienced guy they can count on, yes. But other than that, it makes no sense for me.
I mean, they've got a good young midfield right now. Stefano Sensi, assuming he's not too hurt after being injured against Juventus. Brozovic is in there as well. Barella's in there. Gagliardini's in there. Where are we going? You want this
So
one?
So they don't need a body
Not
then?
really.
No chance.
Okay. This is a weird one because,
Strange,
yeah. Is that
This time last year, this would have been, why would MD not want this guy? Mm-hmm. But even though they did get to the Champions League, for me, him and Vertonghen were a little inconsistent. And I think to say this season they've been inconsistent would be an understatement. He's available at what, 30 million? And you would have thought that right now, City, with the problems they have defensively, would think, you know, we can jump on this come the next transfer window. But again, if you look at his form, is he any better or any worse than what they've got right now? So, personally, if I've got the 30 million, I think you take the chance. I think you can resurrect this guy. You know, you can get him back to his best. So, if I'm Manchester City, I'm going to say this is a hit because they're desperate. They need somebody with experience. He may not be at his prime, but listen, if Guardiola can, as he's done with a lot of other players at City, get him back on track, then he would be a good signing. So I'm going to say this is a hit because it makes sense, and it also makes sense because if there's one team that will accept money, it's Tottenham Hotspurs.
Toby Alderweireld a hit, but Mandzukic seems to be the perfect fit for a January move from Juventus to Man United.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.